couple of other effects that I used in the other thing was to make this look like it was getting damp. Well, I'm glad it is. It is cool. That is cool. That is cool. Almost as cool as me saying that. I mean, the Fonz said stuff like that all the time. So, whoa. So I'm going to make this look like it's getting more and more damp over time. So we will. So playtime. If we make it the finish more shiny and more metallic, and we generally make it darker, like maybe bluey darky, dark blue. That'll do. And we give it some. It's a shame it kind of goes hash marky. Let's give it boil, I think. Yep. And impasto, so that it's thicker when it's reflecting light. If we go here, yeah, now we can see the shine. So it kind of looks like it's moving like that. So so yeah, I'll just do that. And but instead of it being these squares, we'll make it be circles. No, let's loosen. Cool. And we also want to ruffle it. Like if I undo that actually, I don't know why that was going so funny. Let's zoom in again. Okay, so they're all kind of oriented the same way. They're kind of positioned randomly, but they're all kind of got the same upright position, direction. If we give it ruffle, then it just randomizes the orientation, which will make it look better for because the raindrops won't care. Yeah, look at that. So it kind of drops off again because it gets to the end. So what we'll do, we'll use this trick where you copy the last keyframe and give it like a little bit of gap between those, and give it a keep changes, because if it's on exactly the same time, it kind of messes up for some reason. Cool. So that's like our full rain mode, but at the start we want it to be like it's not got any rain at all, and then it gets more and more damp. So we do it on the timer like that and make it slower, and so now we look, and so at the start, I don't know if people in here are familiar with anime, but in an anime there's this, oh, it kind of flashed. There's this thing where it's like you're looking at a plain kind of light grey stone, and then you just see a few kind of drops, dark drops of rain starting, like those drops we made over there. But then it kind of slowly gets heavier and heavier. That should do. Until it's just looking like that. Oh, what's going on? Maybe we'll make those overlap like that. Oh, we need to rewind. Cool. So when it's properly heavily raining, oftentimes you get with big splashes, you get this kind of mist. It looks like mist, like it's capturing the light when there's like tons and tons of rain splashing in a particular place. So for that we're going to use fog, and I'll use the grid to align it like that. Whoa. And it won't be this massive in just a sec. Span out there. But we don't want it under here because there's no rain. So I'll normally you do it like here and then there and like around this area, but for now I'll just put it here to demonstrate the basic idea. And we'll push that up there, so it's just on the surface. Make it really short, but have some like fade off like that. Now if you hover over, oh, let's turn the grid off. Oh cool, yeah, happy to help. And I did get the pun. You're not getting away with that. So to make it actually, so make it white, you could have it so that it doesn't glow and you have like lights in the scene or whatever, but for demonstration purposes, yeah, it could be pretty cool. Yeah, let's see how you implement it. Which techniques are these you use? Okay, so I'll give it high noise strength, which means it's really, the noise like hides parts of the fog. So low noise strength means, if I could make it glow more, means all the fog area is full of fog. And high noise strength means some areas are really noticeably have gaps in them. So we'll just put it medium, and this is the scale of that noise. So like now the hidden bits are really big, now they're really tiny. This is the speed that they change at. So I think I'll have it like that. The key thing though is the density. The density creates shadows and stuff, but is also how visible it is, which is why we're using glow as well. So we don't want it to really give shadows too much. We just want it just enough so that the glow can be seen. So it's pretty high glow if the density was higher, but we're having really low density and a lot of glow like that. And we probably want to speed it up a bit. Cool, so now like that. You probably tweak it. I'll probably tweak it to have so the noise is less obvious. And lower the density. Yeah, minimum 2%, I think, 0.2%. And lower the glow because you want it really subtle, really, ideally. Yeah, so it just gives that kind of feel of it being raining so hard that it's got that kind of splash effect. Actually, something we could do is, did you know, so the sky by default is using circles. I'll make another one for this. Actually, I'll make a fresh one so it has no settings on it. So, and in here you can see little circles. So if we change the sky to use a different fleck type, like triangles, and we look in here, now you can see tiny little triangles like there and there. So you can affect how fog looks while you're in the fog. So if I change it to splat, I wonder if that would look cool. Like with these over here. Make it more obvious. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So it does affect your sky, but if that's okay, then it looks, I think it looks pretty nice. As far as the fog is concerned, because it kind of looks even more kind of ragged and wispy. Now it looks like actual splashes. That's awesome. Cool. Oh, I could add some sound effects, I guess, while I'm here. So, if you look for sound effects, go to Sound Effects. They have Ambiences, or Ambiences, or Ambience, and they have a weather thing, and they got like different ones like showers. So we'll probably have the heavy rain out here, so that we can yeah, I'll just have that on. Cool. And it's not on 3D panning or anything, so it's just around the whole scene. But something nice I added to the other one is I changed what things sounded like when you were under the awning. So it wouldn't make much sense when the awning is so small, but if it was like a tunnely looking thing, it could really add to the effect. So if I grab the zone and put it under here. I'll use the grid. There you go. Oh, it turned it around for some reason. Drag it out here. And depending on the game and the style and stuff, you could have this detect the camera instead of the player. So let's see what that looks like. So when it's detected, we'll add some effects. So you could use an effect gadget, or you could just use a keyframe to adjust these. So for me, I put the filter like that, so it kind of sounds muffled, and just plug that in there, and give it a little bit of fade in, fade out. So while the camera is under here, it's all muffled. When the camera is outside of that zone, it's not muffled. But I think I prefer it to be, because I think most games don't do it by the camera, most like other games, because they just do it by wherever the puppet is, that kind of thing, wherever the character is. So I tend to prefer that, because I'm like embodying the character. So the character's here, so that's what the character is hearing, that kind of stuff. And then you could fade in some other sound for the drips coming off of the side. Sound mode. Wrong one. Splatty rain. Oh, what is going on there? That was weird. Thanks, grid. So we don't want it to have any volume at the start, but then having increased like that when it's... So we'll have it 0, and then when this is activated it will become normal volume. And then you just get like, so you get the heavy rain dampened, but then you start hearing the closer little raindrops.